Sun got a victory as well, which sets up the bracket, which looks like this as we move ahead towards the playoffs beginning on Sunday. As for the Fever, who are in, Caitlin Clark wrapping up an historic rookie campaign right here in the district. It's the Fever and the Mystics. They had the largest crowd in WNBA history early this year, over 20,700. Deep three, bottoms. Clark passes, guess who? Diana Taurasi. Reality's coming. She's reality. The most threes made in the season in WNBA history. Nice bucket there. Tori Walker-Kimbrough to Sika Kone, who had 20 off the bench. Mystics leading by a lot. It's an 8-point game here. Corner three. That's Christy Wallace. Fever down 5. Katie Lou Samuelson will miss the jumper late in the 1-point game. Grace Berger. That would have won it. Nope. Mystics fall by 1. We take a look here on the rookie campaign, which rewrote the record books. 8 assists, finished with 337, most by any player, not just a rookie in the history of the WNBA. Also dished out a single game record, 19 back on July 17th. And the records do not stop there. Clark established rookie records for both points and three-point field goals. The only other rookie with 700 in a season, Simone Augustus back in 2006, who went on to win Rookie of the Year that season for the Lynx. Clark looking to become the third Fever player to win Rookie of the Year. Meanwhile, she also finished as Indiana's leader in both points and assists, becoming the fourth rookie in league history to lead a playoff team in both categories. First player to do it since the great Candace Parker in 2008. Parker not only won Rookie of the Year that year, she was also the season's MVP. Always a treat to be joined by one of the greats, Rebecca Lobo. As the WNBA season wraps up, the playoffs start with a sprint beginning on Sunday on ABC and ESPN. And Rebecca, so much of the fuel in the WNBA's engine this year has been Caitlin Clark. So much conversation, so much attention. Not all of it great, but hey, that's kind of what you get, right? The wind blows hardest at the top of the mountain. I'm interested in how you would frame her season, and then how you look at the possibility that Indiana could maybe be a spoiler in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin Clark had a remarkable season. She should be a first-team All-WNBA performer. I have her 4th on my MVP ballot, which is incredible considering how the season started for Indiana. A 1-8 start. Her first game against the Connecticut Sun, she had 10 turnovers. And now she ends up leading the league in assists per game at 8.5, averaging 19 points a game as well. She had an absolutely remarkable rookie campaign. It's going to be really interesting because it kind of comes full circle. Her first game of her career, it was in Uncasville against the Connecticut Sun. Now here in the playoffs, her first playoff game of her career is going to be in Uncasville against the Connecticut Sun. It's going to be interesting to see how much better she is in this playoff game than she was in that first game of her pro career.
Speaking of legends, speaking of Connecticut, I think Diana Taurasi had it wrong. I think she was the reality. I think Caitlin, they should call her the reality because she was coming and she's here in this league. She's been great. But the best player in this league is A'ja Wilson. And the best team has been the Liberty. As you look at the playoffs kind of treetops view, Aces are dangerous because of her, and she's been incredible. Liberty have home court. How do you kind of assess A'ja versus the Liberty if they end up being head-to-head?
Well, what's really remarkable about it is we could have that finals rematch in the semifinals because Vegas finished 4th in the standings and New York won. And yes, New York has been the best team consistently throughout the course of the season. I think since the Olympic break, it's actually been the Minnesota Lynx that have been playing their best basketball. But without question, from the start of the season to the finish of the season, A'ja Wilson has been the best player in the league. It's ridiculous the numbers she is putting up. The most dominant regular season we have seen in the history of this league, averaging just about 27 points a game, just under 12 boards per game, doing it efficiently, and has been dominant not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. So if both of these teams advance out of the first round, and you would expect they both should, we will get a finals rematch in the semifinals this year with the team that's been the best all season long against the player who has been the best all season long.
She's been great, and the Liberty have a bunch of stars as well. It's cool that the league's getting a bunch of new eyeballs, but folks who've been paying attention for a while know that there are plenty of stars that have already been there. We'll see who shines brightest as the playoffs get going, Rebecca. Always appreciate the time to visit with you. Thank you.